the Friday Night Blitz, Week 6, if you can believe that.
Put your seatbelts on. We're ready to go.
Ready to go. We got 18 games on tap for you tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Week 6, Friday Night Blitz starts right now.
Next.
The Friday Night Blitz is sponsored by your local Fairway Food Store.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Friday Night Blitz. As we said, Week 6 of the high school football season is upon us, 2/3 of the way through.
It does go fast, but I think what's cool about tonight is that brisk weather. I mean, that's when the real shooters come out.
Yeah, that's right. Finally, exactly. Fighting for position in our district standings. Yes. A couple of big district matchups for you tonight, including a showdown between North Polk and Norwalk, as well as Bondurant Farrar facing Ballard. All 4 in District 8. It's going to be tough. The Warriors, Blue Jays, and Bombers all tied atop of those standings, plus plenty more.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you look at this time of the year, too, you're trying to position, you read scores, you try to figure it out. Now you got to play that Bondurant-Ballard is an interesting one, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to just ramp up each and every week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
But first, let's go ahead and start with our game of the week. Clark, Osceola, and Des Moines Christian both kicked off District 8 play with a win, but in the standings with them to a top-ranked PCM Monroe. So winning a district will be a challenge.
Very much.
Next best thing to do, getting in that large bid and then making their cases.
Yes.
Well, they need a win tonight. Clark already 3-2 this season. The last time they won 3 games, back in 2012.
Wow, it's been a while. But the band's always good.
Band's always good. Band's always good. Des Moines Christian, similar boat for them, out to a 4-1 start with a fresh move to 2A this season. Let's go out and get you the highlights.
They got the Blitz mojo. They got the Blitz mojo, yeah.
They do. The Indians coming out on the field focused. Now, they weren't too happy about my pick this morning on Blitz game day, so they wanted to show me up. Meanwhile, they'd have to tame a potent Lion offense. We move on to the first quarter. Indians going for it on 4th down, but that snap is fumbled. So the Lions quickly on it. DMC with the short field. Jackson Waring flicks it to Seth Jewell on the option. Jewell dives to the pylon, but he is just a yard short. But that's going to be easy money for Waring. Next play, Waring fights is huge. Yeah. Fighting his way across the end zone for the first score of the game. The Lions ahead 7-0. Clark has an answer. Riley Demina, check this out, does a complete 360. Was that intentional or not? Either way, he hits Amani Fry on the stride. Fry gets some running room, and he's eventually brought down near the 15. Check out the play call here. The Wildcat option has the Lions fooled. That's Chris Carson with the rock and also the score. Point after is missed, so it's 7-6 Des Moines Christian. And here is that man again, Jackson Waring, rolling out of the pocket. Just so crisp.
Calm.
So calm. Fires a dart to Jewell for the touchdown. The 10th ranked Lions roll on to the victory, 63-30 over Clark.
Looking good. Waring in the boys.
Absolutely. All right.
What do we got?
We got Pleasantville.
Oh, we do?
We do have Pleasantville.
Are we down? We went down there tonight, huh? See, I'm so focused on just what I'm doing.
You want to take these away?
Jungling, yeah. You know, Pella Christian on a roll. Jungling's so special. And Noah Trimer is just a kid that makes plays. He runs with it. He gets forced out of bounds here. The Trojans trying to handle him. And then when you have a guy like Trimer, healthy or not, you just keep feeding him the football.
Of course, that's all you got to do.
Trojans defense, though, they're hanging in there. Jungling decides to make a run here again. Puts it in the end zone. Nathan DeBruin will add the extra point. Boy, Pella Christian shuts out my Trojans tonight. Trojans going through a transition year.
What's happening?
Just buck up down there in Marion County. They'll be all right. But that's a very good Pella Christian team. Coach Cack's got them on a roll.
Yeah, very good Pella Christian team indeed. 2015 was the last time the Interstate 35 Roadrunners found themselves in the postseason party. Well, now we're just 2 games into district play after tonight, so still a lot of moving and shaking left to be done. But this team looks like they have what it takes to really make some noise in 1A. Let's head out to a chilly Roadrunner Stadium. Check this out. The student section braving the cold weather. Binger, I would tell you what, it was freezing.
You think so? You need to toughen up.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a Texas boy, though. I-35 ahead 21-7 in the second quarter.
Short sleeves,
Tiger Hawks threatening. Brady Berkey runs in the end zone, fumbles the ball, but lucky enough, he recovers.
Oh, yeah.
Close call. Point after is missed, so it's 21-13. I-35 returning the kickoff. Nobody wants to field it, so Jack Smith decides, what the heck? I'll do it. Turns out to be a pretty good idea. Huge pickup leading to this. Now, I missed the beginning of this, I'll admit, but didn't miss this.
Yeah.
Richie Griglione makes, looks like a man among boys here. Stiff arm, he pops his way on one foot.
Deciding what to do there now. I'm just going to pull him in.
Incredible. 28-13 Road Runners. And then they got the fake on 4th down. Anytime you get the fake, you gotta love that. I-35 executes it perfectly, picks up 3 yards before the half, eventually leading to this, a field goal in the dwindling seconds of the second quarter. Roadrunners, they run away with the win, 51-13.
They're looking tough in that district for sure.
Exactly. Collins Maxwell.
Ooh, they got a tall task.
Yeah, very tall task. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter with Gladbrook Rhinebeck already up 6-0. This is on 4th and 6. The Spartans have the ball as they try to swing the pass, but it's sniffed out by the Rebels. Junior Eli Feed, turnover on downs. The ensuing possession for the Rebels, it only takes a couple of plays for senior Colton Clark to take it 50+. He adds a nice back juke that would make Reggie Bush proud. Yeah. That makes it 14-zip.
It's either Feed, Thady. It just depends on if you're in Gladbrook or Rhinebeck.
There you go.
It
exactly.
really does.
2-point conversion. Rebels with the ball again as sophomore Keegan Grisking.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Rolls out. Play action pass. Spartans Riley, Scott, and Brett Livesay are there for the sack. And just over 2 minutes left in the first, as we just saw it, the Rebels would strike again, this time converting on 4th and 11. Gisking delivers the bomb to Thady? Thady?
Yeah, Thady.
There we go. Let's pull up the final score here.
I'll have to ask Ross. I know him. That's his last name.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to move on. We got Awiva.
Awiva West Side, yep.
Okay, there we go. Opening drive for the Rockets. Keegan Simmons connects with Derek Osser for the 21-yard touchdown. They're up 7-0. Mustangs looking to answer on their first drive, but the ball is going to be knocked out of the runner's hands. It's recovered by the Rockets. Ben Volgan. Yeah. Awiva going to go for it on the field goal on 4th down. This one's going to be blocked.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get that. Good shooting right there.
Yeah, exactly. Newell-Fonda keeps the score 7-0. But the Rockets would strike again as Simmons on the quarterback draw goes in from 18 yards out. After 1 quarter of play, we've up 13-0.
Wow, Weeva, yeah.
They run away with it, 47-14 Weeva.
Well, in that 8-player, you know, they're Newell-Fonda's a power, but as we take a look just tonight, Knoxville native David Capitani coaches up at Northwood Kensett, and they beat the #1 Dons of Don Bosco. We'd seen Don Bosco scoring about 100 points, and the Dons really have become a dynasty in 8-man, but a big win for a local guy and his football team, Northwood Kensett. It was 18-0. They shut him out.
Wow. Yeah, that's big whenever you can shut out a team, especially Don Bosco like that. Well, up next on the Friday night Blitz, we'll go visit Norwalk and the Warriors with a big matchup against the Comics. We'll be right back.
Who wears Carhartt? Almost everyone. And the best place to get your Carhartt is G&L Clothing, the Carhartt store. You'll find men's, women's, and kids' Carhartt in the sizes you need all year long. Beat the cold like the pros do. In durable comfort from Carhartt. We've got it all at G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Ask anyone you know. They will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
Whether you bleed Cardinal or Black, Cyhawk Game Day is gold.
I'm John Schaefer.
And I'm Adam Rosso, your man covering Hawkeye headquarters.
And I've got the Cyclones, both teams fighting to have successful seasons.
And this is the best place to find the stories and the analysis from us.
Mike Gross, he's my key number 3. Let him go make plays.
And the pro.
It's called the two-gap technique. They get both their arms extended, keep offensive linemen at bay.
The only place that covers Iowa
and Iowa State like this.
You've got tailgate plans. Cyhawk Game Day, Saturday at 10:30 on Local 5.
What a great Blitz game day.
1-point game last year. This is the one that everybody wants to win.
We're, up every morning practicing.
I'm teaching them life through instrumental music.
Meteorologist Taylor Canoes here with an update on our weather potential.
I can't wait to see the kids' faces. I think it'll be really exciting for the town and for all the kids.
Like us on Facebook at We Are Iowa for extensive local coverage. Watch what's happening live and see digital extras, local stories from Local 5.
Welcome back in, everybody. Time now for our first play of the week. Nominee, courtesy of Binger.
Yeah, we go out to Ankeny, and Ankeny trailing here late in the second half by 7. Garrett Seversyk extends the play.
It's incredible.
Oh, man, he does a great job. Yeah, finds D'Angelo for the touchdown. We'll give you some more of that coming up in the highlights. But that was a big one to tie the game at 10. First play nominee.
I think we're all excited for that. All right, let's move on now to some more highlights and scores. Ballard and Bondurant Farrar pick this one up in the second quarter with Bondurant Farrar up 13-3 with Ballard with the ball driving on the play action. Sophomore Connor Drew delivers the strike to senior Reese Hewen to make it 13-10. Blue Jays on top, and after the Blue Jays drive stalls out, Ballard with the ball back, but Drew can't handle the snap. The fumbles picked up by the Blue Jays. Junior Caden Lonzo. Bondurant takes over with just under a minute remaining in the first half, and we get a double reverse pass for the first down as Nicholas Loesch makes a nice sliding grab there. Gotta love that. Blue Jays would then punch it into the end zone with Ninti Durkee walking in to make it 20-10. Now, Ballard did get a couple of nice plays to get themselves a shot at a field goal to end the half, but a 50-yarder comes up short. Bondurant Farrar goes on to the win, 34-10.
Big one.
Humboldt and Dallas Center Grimes. DCG's quarterback Joel Walker making an attempt to run the ball as far as he could possibly run it. Boy, it didn't get him as far as he had hoped. No Damon Clapper there from last year. Yep, they are. A flag was called on the play. There's DCG's running back here, Zachary Brand, making his way closer to the end zone, just picking up some yards. That's all you got to do. Humboldt's aggressive defense kept the score unbalanced, to say the least. This clip shows a tight end defense. Matt Miller slamming Joel Walker even further back from victory. But each hit doesn't stop DCG from jumping right back like Bryce Jeremiah does it here. Let's go ahead and pull up the final score on this one. Humboldt, they get the win 28-6 over Dallas Center Grimes. All right, let's go ahead and check out what is happening around the Twittersphere and send it out to Dave Bingham stepping into the virtual set and bring you up to speed. What is happening on Twitter tonight? Binger.
I have no idea. I'm in the virtual set. This is just awesome. Mom, I told you I was going to be at the virtual set.
Finally.
Hold on a second. Let me capture the moment. Social media.
Of course.
All right. But you can see as we look on Twitter, Oskaloosa, big win tonight. How about the Indians? They get a big win over Newton. They just keep coming to us. Tigers. Which Tigers? I don't know. But right here. Hey, Fort Dodge, I got to start reading. I got to put my glasses on for this. Fort Dodge, a winner. Boy, they're playing well. They got a big one against Ankeny Centennial. Be hosting them next week. You know the Dodgers will be out ready to go for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Blake 55, student section, building up their energy before the kickoff. Where are they at? I don't know. I got it closer to the picture, but that was Waukee football. Good. Thanks, Jacob. He's always getting it going for us. We'll see more of him later. Matt, you sent something out too, but Waukee, here we go. Go Waukee. Big night tonight. Waukee playing well. Moving through the districts, trying to get in the...
We got to sell it.
Hold on, let me get another picture. Okay. Hey, so you had a great time down in Osceola. That's a lot of fun down there. You can see Mark Schaefer chiming in. Final from Coon Rapids, Bayard. Beat Audubon big tonight. Eric, can't read that one, but... Oh, I know who that is. Yeah, my first game this week features Gladbrook Rhinebeck. Yeah, good job. Yeah, Scott Vicker coming into us. Play of the game, Riverside. Hey, they win 30-8 over Nottoway Valley. And then somebody else's name. There's no way I'm trying to read that one. Final from Valley Stadium. Coach Swenson's team is just playing so well. Waukee football, as we mentioned. The Waukee football alums in the house. I love this. Bring in this social media. You get on TV, you get in the virtual set. We'll get weather later. Back to you, Matt. I got some highs and lows and stuff like that.
That was gold. We knew it would be gold whenever we finally went out to you. Yeah, don't go anywhere. Some more fun and 4A matchups to get to still, including an Urbandale team that knows how to put up some points. Could they give top-ranked Valley a run for their money tonight? Find out when we come back.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
It's the final month for the end of summer sell down at the GM certified leader, Carl Chevrolet. Choose from the only platinum quality certified inventory around, or let us do the hard work and find any pre-owned vehicle you're looking for. Another dealer for life difference you can count on. Integrity, trust, satisfaction, and confidence.
Your dealer for life, Carl Chevrolet.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Our state is mourning the murder of a champion, Thalia Barkin Arosamena. Some say she was the epitome of a cyclone. At Local 5, we've been covering every angle of this story, telling you who Thalia was and what she's meant to her school, researching who Thalia's alleged killer, Colin Richards, is, where he's been living, and its vicinity to the golf course where Thalia was found. To get news as it breaks, make sure to like our Facebook page, follow our stories on our website, weareiowa.com, and download the We Are Iowa app.
I gotta love the student section.
Absolutely.
Urbandale, well, they're no strangers to scoring, at least against schools that have Abraham Lincoln in their names. Facing Des Moines Lincoln, 56 points. Taking on Council Bluffs Lincoln, 49 points. Unfortunately, there are no Lincolns mentioned in West Des Moines Valley. The Tigers riding a 5-game winning streak to start the year and coming off of a 56-0 thumping of Council Bluffs' Thomas Jefferson. To the third quarter we go. Valley up 14-10. With the ball, Bo Lombardi hands off the ball to Trey Fugates to the outside, cuts back in, gets into the end zone. Valley Tigers defense stepping up as well.
This was close at half. I mean, Urbandale was in it and actually had the lead.
Yeah, Ty Langensberg fumbles the ball, recovered by Valley's Carson Shelton, who takes it all the way in for another Tigers touchdown. Valley breaking this one open. Next possession, Lombardi handoff to Creighton Mitchell. He's easily in for the 5-yard touchdown. Valley up 35-10. 21 unanswered points in the third quarter. Look at that. That's big. Let's go to both the final score here. It's going to be Valley running away with this one, 49-10 over Urbandale.
Homecoming right now, big one for Centennial tonight, and they're trying to just stay unbeaten, but Southeast Polk's always been a rival, whether it's Centennial or Ankeny.
Right.
So a big one tonight for homecoming. We get right to those highlights, and one of the guys that always gets things rolling for Ankeny Centennial is Mike Fontana. He's the Tony Saragusa of Ankeny. So we'll see him getting those kids riled up. But we're floating that one, or are we getting to that one?
We're going to go ahead and get to
here we go.
Yeah,
we're right on top of it, and then you can see there's Fontana down in the middle. I'm not sure what he's doing, but Polk really need to get off to a good start because they just had that tough loss last week, and they do get their opening drive going with some little plays like this one of Josiah Cole to Jay Combs, picks up a big first down. It leads to a field goal. Logan Sunbolt nails a short one. It's 3-0 Rams, quietly hanging in the game, and it's 3-0 into the second quarter. And then that wing T finally gets going. Avery Gates, just absolutely can fly. Picks up big 45 yards here. And then Knief, the kicker for Centennial, comes in. And it's just a tough football game. It's 3-3, not much going, half's winding down. But then Josiah gets his team going. The offense gets going for the Rams. Cole on the keeper fakes to Williams, and that really is effective for him. He fights into the end zone. 10-3 Rams with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. In the first half, and it looks bad. And this is a play that we showed you earlier.
Right.
Seversyke buys some time, and then he finds Dylan D'Angelo.
That's a strike.
It's a seed. I don't think people think that he can throw the football, but he had to there, and when he did, he put it right on the money to D'Angelo.
No doubt.
And so things are getting rolling. Second half, there's still some hitting going on. Centennial has a big touchdown called back, but they finally get get a drive going. Cahill with a little jet sweep on the wing tee here. He finds it, takes it about 25 yards into the red zone, and then the touchdown vulture receiver side. If you want him on your fantasy team, he threw a touchdown earlier. Now he takes this one. He gets 6
some points.
But 28 unanswered points by the Jags. Polk doesn't score in the second half, and that defense by the Jags, you can see it just keeps coming right at you. 31-10 the final. Ankeny Centennial 6-0. Cozzetti's getting it done.
Man, Southeast Polk, I mean, they have all the elements there. They got all the guys.
They're a good football team, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not going to get in the playoffs right now at 1-5.
No, not yet, not yet.
And now our coach is here. Let's go to the highlights. Mason City, Indianola, and Indianola just off to a great start. The Indians playing so well, and what we got here? Just a picturesque shot there. Hey, that's a $6 million stadium they put together there. Kudos to the community for
Beautiful
that.
Stadium.
And Quinn Vesey to Dylan Hildreth. He's looking for people to run over, looking for people to hit. Can't get it in the end zone, but then hands it off again. I just keep giving it to Hildreth. I mean, it doesn't take great coach. We got a great one over here, but when you see him running like that, he just takes it in for the touchdown. Just a couple of the highlights tonight for the Indians. Looking good in those LSU-ish. Those are old school. Like
yeah, I like those.
Yeah, even before the Blake boys came
Thick
around,
stripe,
wearing those babies. All right. So, big one tonight for Indianola. The Indians will have coach coming up. 42-zip. Wow. Over Mason City.
Big statement tonight. Ottumwa and Johnston. Here's a clip that's always fun. Johnston's quarterback, Andrew Nord. We've heard his name time and time again for what, the last 2-3 years? Yeah, he's incredible. Check this out. Nord hopping over the Ottumwa defense. That's incredible right there. The kid's very special. Nord again. The Johnston train quickly runs in for the third touchdown for the Dragons. Nord, though, not so great. He is not so great here, but really this might not be totally his fault. A long pass ends up being an impressive interception from Ottumwa's Isaiah Carter. Let's go and pull up the final score here to see that Johnston, number 8, they ran away with it 52-6 over Ottumwa. Yeah. All right, let's get you East and Waukee. First quarter, Waukee.
Good one.
7-0. Very good one. East with the ball. Corey Mills. Back to pass. Goes deep. Finds Jalen Long making the catch for the Scarlet. Touchdown. Point after is no good. Waukee up 7-6 after 1. We go to the second quarter. East marching down the field. They go for it on 4th and 2. Mills throws off the fingertips off of Matthew Scott. Turnover on down.
Jump pass, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Mitch Randall hands the ball off to Alex Lindquist, bulldozing his way into the end zone with a little help from the O-line. Here we go, Waukee. They go up 14-6. Des Moines East with the ball here. Let's see what's going to happen. He's going to roll outside the pocket. He's going to just opt to run. Why not? Spins. Nice chunk of yards there.
Good football game.
Yeah, real good football game. Let's go ahead and pull up the final score. I'm pretty interested in see how this one, yeah, Waukee 27-19 over Des Moines East. Pretty close. Last week, Norwalk Warriors made a statement, beating Carlisle 32-7 on the Wildcats' turf. Just their second win of the season. Meanwhile, North Polk fell flat to the Blue Jays of Bondurant Farrar. So the Comets trying to bounce back and create some early chaos in District 8 standings. Let's go out and find out how this one all shook out. North Polk visiting Norwalk tonight. Mitch Sutcliffe hits Carter Schmidt with the short pass, and he finds some space and almost runs right into your living rooms. Oh, yeah, heads up there. Norwalk with nice pass here. Schmidt again for the Warrior touchdown. North Polk looking to respond, but Matt Schuchard to Nate Heckart finds their way into the backfield and forces the safety. Norwalk in the red zone again. Sutcliffe hits Zach Marker. X marks the spot. Tip, but he manages to hang on to the touchdown.
Yes.
It's incredible. Warriors just before halftime. Sutcliffe takes it in himself. Yeah, he's just going to walk on into the end zone. Easy enough. Norwalk up big at the half. They go up and win 36-3 at home will be your final. Well, coming up next, Binger sits down with Eric Kluver, head coach of the undefeated Indianola squad. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you know, every once in a while you get a script, you don't get all the highlights, so we don't, you know, sometimes who's coming on there.
Exactly.
But yeah, you did a great job of managing that. Yeah, Kluver's ready to go.
Yeah.
He's set. He's looking good.
Exactly. We're going to have a lot of fun. We'll be right back.
Another camping trip with Mom and Dad.
The drive was nice.
Boring.
We did get to go kayaking.
I guess that's kind of cool.
Then we met with some bikers. Then we raced some Indians.
Whatever.
I saved a supermodel from a bear.
Sure you did.
And she made me s'mores.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Billy.
No way.
Wait. Hey, you need some help over there?
McKee RV, Perry, Iowa.
You're in for a treat, America.
This fall is Friday night. TGIF is on its way back.
Oh, that's a nail.
A night for the whole family.
Boom.
A mic drop still cool.
Yes.
No. Chock full of fun. And overflowing with funny.
You really think you're going to marry Christy Yamaguchi?
Yeah, after I play the field a little first.
Fresh off the boat, Speechless, and Child Support. The new TGIF premieres October 5th on ABC.
What a great Blitz game day.
1-point game last year. This is the one that everybody wants to win.
We're, up every morning practicing.
I'm teaching them life through instrumental music.
Meteorologist Taylor Canoes here with an update on our weather potential.
I can't wait to see the kids' faces. I think it'll be really exciting for the town and for all the kids.
Like us on Facebook at We Are Iowa for extensive local coverage. Watch what's happening live and see digital extras, local stories from Local 5.
This station seeks groups that regularly send information about work opportunities to job applicants or that have applicants to refer. If your group would like to receive notification of job vacancies at our station, contact us by U.S. mail, email, or by calling 457-9645. Individuals interested in employment in the broadcast industry are encouraged to visit weareiowa.com for a list of current job openings. Nexstar Broadcasting Companies are an equal opportunity employer.
All right, welcome back. Time for another Play Candidates of the Week. Saw this one earlier. This is pretty nice. I-35's Richie Griglione. Looks like a man among boys. Check this out. Stiff arms, then hops his way into the end zone on 1 foot. You got to be kidding me. That is just incredible. He has had some spectacular plays. Can we watch this one more time? This is just amazing. Just 1 foot, just doing all he can to get in there. Binger, you're with our Coach of the Week.
Yeah, Coach, I would have been in a few highlights like that. I'd have been the guy hanging on, but I wouldn't have let go. I rapped.
That's right, on your feet, right?
Yeah, but yeah, sometimes just being bigger and stronger helps out a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
When you look at what's going on, Coach Kluver joining us from Indianola, and we had, you saw Hildreth and some of the boys on the team making plays. It's been pretty special, this run. Just talk about right now. Let's talk about tonight's game. I mean, it's one of those where you're unsure. You still have to be prepared. You feel like, you've done your homework, you're a better team, but it's one thing to be that way and then to take care of business and put up a mark like that. It's got to be satisfying.
Yeah, it was our homecoming, so as a coach, there's always those distractions that go on throughout the week, but got a lot of confidence in our guys. They've done a tremendous job preparing all week long, and we're a little slow start for us, not as fast as we wanted to.
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we got things going in the second half, and the guys took care of business, did a great job.
As a coach, and let's just talk about that point right now before we talk about some of your kids and get their names out there. When you have something going on, you feel like it's a game where you're going to play well, and it's not there right away. How do you manage that? I mean, do you just have to stay the course? What are some key things that you do to give your kids confidence and to keep that going?
Yeah, just stay the course and talk to them about, hey, this is what we do every single day, and just calm down and let's settle in here and, just continue to execute everything you've been taught throughout practice throughout the week. And that's what our guys did tonight. We uncharacteristically, we turned the ball over 3 times tonight, which we don't do typically, so that was frustrating for the coaches, and we'll clean those things up, and got a huge ball game next week against Johnston, a really good football team.
You sure do. Let's go back to the taking care of the football, because I know looking through your numbers, you don't just look at your team and say, they've got this star, that they're accelerating and throwing the ball or passing the ball. But when I look at what you've done defensively, and some of that has been not only turnovers, but turning turnovers into points.
Yes, our defense has done a tremendous job. A lot of shutouts this year, and we're playing really well on defense. Our defensive line continues to get better. we returned most of our back half of our defense, our linebackers, our defensive secondary, and we almost had another one tonight, but it got called back, pass interference. So you're right. Not only have we shut people out, but we've scored points defensively, which has been a huge boost for our football team.
So do you feel like this Hildreth character that we see, he is a man. He pretty much is the tone setter, isn't he, really? I mean, is there some toughness in that kid?
A lot of toughness, and you know, just comes to work every single day, and he definitely gets his work in for us. We give him the ball quite a bit, you know, but it's just not Dylan. It's a team effort. We got another back in Colby Kaleric that's outstanding, and you know, our offensive line continues to get better, and as they do, we get better as a football team.
Well, and your quarterback just takes care of business, but let's talk more about the general feeling down there. Things have just, you've got 3 huge games coming up, and the idea of getting in the playoffs now is very difficult, and the best is yet to come, I guess.
Yeah. Community's excited, our school is excited, and our guys are excited, and they should be, you know. Being 6-0, I've been in Indianola for 15 years now, and it's a first. So a lot of excitement. We understand what we have in front of us. A lot of tough games, and once again, it starts with Johnston Friday night. You know, we're enjoying it while it lasts.
Well, we always appreciate the coaches coming in. It's a little bit of a chore. Hey, I keep forgetting G&L Clothing is just these fancy mugs, and they light up, too. So that'll get you over to Krause Cafe early in the morning, you know. I was down there seeing some relatives this week, so down in the hometown. So, hey, thanks for coming in. We always appreciate it. And if you ever need anything, or, you know, just send it up. They said we need an Indianola helmet, so that's up to your people. They're texting me. I'm like, they know where the station is. They can bring it.
We can get you one of those new helmets. You talked about the LSU look, and awfully sharp.
Yeah, it looks good. Appreciate you. Good. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
appreciate
that's a wrap for right now. We'll be back more on the Friday Night Blitz right after this. Stay with us.
We got some new blood this morning, and some pushing the expiration date. Officer Bishop, you get to ride with the 40-year-old rookie.
Show me what you got.
The unicorn! He's laughing at me! I can handle unicorns, all right? This is what we train for.
Do you think this is a joke?
No, ma'am. I'm here to work, and I won't let you down. Sergeant Gray does not appear to be a fan of my presence in this department.
Because you're old as hell?
Open up, police!
I thought I had to become someone else to do this job, that who I was before wasn't good enough. I was wrong.
You tired, Officer Nolan?
No, ma'am.
Good, because we got 8 hours left on our shift.
We can be heroes. The Rookie premieres Tuesday, October 16th on ABC.
Alexa, give me my Local 5 news headlines.
I'm Local 5 Sabrina Ahmed with today's top stories.
Set up your flash briefings by adding the We Are Iowa skills to your Alexa app.
You'll hear Local 5's top news stories updated 4 times a day.
And plan your day with We Are Iowa's most accurate weather team, as I tell you if you need this or these.
Go to weareiowa.com/Alexa for easy setup instructions.
Alexa, tell me We Are Iowa's most accurate forecast.
I'm Local 5 meteorologist Taylor Canoes.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back into the Blitz, everybody. You know we weren't going to forget about Dowling Catholic in this one. Battle of the 3 and 2s as Dowling visits the Rails. Here they come, the Maroons. Zach Waters is brought down by the defender here as big number 66. Edward Thompson takes the handoff. Coming up, here he is. Edward Thompson takes the handoff, breaks it outside, and he scores. No Jason Murray. Touchdown for the Maroons. On the next drive, Dowling finding themselves in familiar territory. Jason Murray, this time, there he is. Takes the handoff and isn't touched on his way into the end zone. Maroons would tack on the two-point conversion. Lincoln driving Javon Burnside takes the handoff, breaks a few tackles, powers his way into for a nice gain. Waters fakes the handoff, pump fakes, and lets it fly. But Trent Kimmel is there to make the pick. Kimmel Live, there you go. But the Maroons are going to maroon. Dowling Catholic 43-0 over Des Moines Lincoln. Well, time now to get out on the road, way out west. Jacob Pecklow found himself in Creston and Afton tonight. He has more from the road.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Afton. We had some great football, a lot of high-scoring affairs on the road tonight, especially here in Afton. East Union exploding for 74 points offensive, and their defense not looking half bad either, forcing 5 turnovers tonight. We'll get to those highlights in just a second, but perhaps the game that we didn't expect to see happen the way it did was ADM against Creston. It kind of looked like a mismatch on paper, but was a really tight one going into halftime. Let's look at those highlights first. Battle of the Cats tonight in Creston. ADM getting off to a hot start this season. 4-1 versus 1-4. Creston's lone victory against Atlantic, but from the opening kick, Creston was on a mission. Andy Mills taking this one, weaving his way out past the 30-yard line, and Creston is cooking early. Eli Loughton off the play action, looking deep, finding Kylan Smallwood. He catches that one. He is on the run, bumped out of bounds just inside the 30. And then let's go to the opposite side. Let's try to find Smallwood one more time. Loughton going up top, dropping this one on a dime, getting his way into the end zone, leaping 6-0 Creston after the missed PAT. So they have a little bit of momentum. Can ADM capitalize, though, on this mistake? Rylan Luther has this one hit him right in the chest. He drops it, and ADM gets new life. Tate Steinsmith going to work for ADM. He finds his man Zach Fuller over the middle. He drops it, gets a first down just inside midfield. Then worked once, let's try it again. The cook up to Fuller. He is bumped out of bounds inside the 25. Later on, Stein on the keeper, rolls out to his right, finds a little bit of space, bumped out of bounds just inside the 5-yard line. Let's have Nicholas Bradshaw cap off this drive with 6 points, 7-6 ADM, but they lose it. A big win for Creston, 16-13. The Murray Mustangs taking on the East Union Eagles. Eagles looking back at 500 with a win, looking to do some good things in front of a home crowd tonight. Matt McGuire starting off with a quarterback keeper early second half, bumped out of bounds after a big game. Then McGuire finding Dylan Weiss. He ends up just 1 yard shy of the end zone, but no problem. Matt McGuire knows how to finish off drives himself. East Union goes up 52-18. Then McGuire, word to your mom, I came to drop bombs. This deep one goes to Weiss. Eagles go up 60-18 after the 2-point conversion. They continue to roll. Then the defense, Alex Kerrigan getting the trifecta, the strip, the sack, the touchdown. Creston goes on to win this one huge. 74-18 is your final. And, of course, you cannot say enough about this East Union team. They had come in, they were 2-3. They need a win just to get back to 500, but they had played some tough competition leading into tonight. They really put it all together, and they're going to be a scary team down the stretch for anyone who has to play them, maybe even sneaking in to the 8-man playoffs. Reporting from the road for the Local 5 Blitz, I'm Jacob Pecklow. Let's send it back to you.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. Clark football hasn't been a power on the football field in decades. Their last trip to the postseason came all the way back in 1990, and they've only found themselves playing beyond the regular season just twice. This year, they're looking to change that. There is no way to change the past.
I think the last winning record we've had in our school history was in the late 90s.
But under second-year head coach Dwayne Mathis, the 3-2 Clark Indians are showing they can buck that trend and be something special.
This year it's a completely different team than what Clark's ever had, really.
We're trying to break the mentality of the old Clark. We're going for new. We're setting new standards, new highs.
They're doing it by playing to their strengths.
We may not have the biggest guys or the fastest guys here at Clark, but they'll give you everything they got and then some.
No airing the ball out, though. Instead, Clark hits teams in the mouth with the run game. 6 players have rushed for more than 100 yards this year. And on any given Friday, at least one will have the hot hand.
Last week, it was Garrett Moore cutting loose for 246 yards and 3 scores.
I just bottled everything up and let it all out.
It was his first game in a year and a half since taking time away from football.
I have a few good buddies that played when I didn't play, and just watching them play made me miss it. And I just had a really good feeling. If I went out, we'd click, and came in my 4th or 5th game of the season. I'm ready to go, so I guess it just went off.
He'll look for another big night against the Lions because the Indians believe that a win will help sway the perception of Clark and show they are a force this year.
Up next for Clark, they will go visit Centerville in Week 7. Big game against PCM waiting for them in Week 8. That one could be critical in settling the district. Coming up next on Friday Night Blitz, we'll take an inside look at the world of Ankeny football. Dave's Dome Dynasty is next.
Ask anyone you know. They will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
Our state is mourning the murder of a champion, Thalia Barkeen Arosamena. Some say she was the epitome of a cyclone. At Local 5, we've been covering every angle of this story, telling you who Thalia was and what she's meant to her school, researching who Thalia's alleged killer, Colin Richards, is, where he's been living, and its vicinity to the golf course where Thalia was found. To get news as it breaks, make sure to like our Facebook page, follow our stories on our website, weareiowa.com, and download the We Are Iowa app.
Join us every Sunday at 10 on Local 5 for the Iowa Realty Sunday Home Show, featuring new construction neighborhoods around the metro by the best builders in the market. We chat with builders and Iowa Realty professionals about open house, trends in the industry, financing information, and existing inventory. And our special Great Iowa Home feature each week showcases a luxury home listed by Iowa Realty. Now in our 34th year at 10 a.m. Sunday on Local 5 or at iowarealty.com.
Caitlin doesn't let her disability keep her from this ability. Mason doesn't let his disability keep him from this ability. 1 in 5 Iowans lives with a disability. A gift to Easter Seals Iowa helps individuals with an intellectual, developmental, or physical disability, autism, or mental illness get the training they need to live, learn, work, and play. Donate to Easter Seals Iowa at thisabilitya.org today.
Welcome into the Friday Night Blitz. This play candidate number 3, comes to us from Collins, Maxwell, and Gladbrook Rhinebeck game as the Rebels senior Colton Clark takes a 50-yard run to the house, but not before delivering a nasty back juke. Let's take a look at that again in slow motion, just if we weren't able to, really digest this one. Check that out. Just whoop, cuts back up. Makes himself a little bit skinny there.
Oh, yeah, Gladbrook Rhinebeck, yeah. Nice play.
Yeah, very nice play. Play number 3. All right, Binger, talk Dome Dynasty here now.
It's that time. Well, and sometimes we recap the game from the previous week and what we've seen, but this week we went a little more in depth.
Okay.
Co-head coaches, everybody knows Ryan, Coach Jerry Pizzetti.
Right.
He's been there. He's been coaching for 58 years, and he's climbing up to try to catch Dick Ty in a couple of years. 4-16. He's got about 10 more games, and he'll be the all-time winningest coach. He's one of the leading active. But his son Ryan, since the split now in his 6th year, has been his co-head coach. And so we got a chance to sit down with Ryan and get some insight and a chance for him to get some camera time. So let's take a look at Ryan Pizzetti, the co-head coach of Ankeny Centennial.
I was at my first football game in 1982, and I was 6 years old, a playoff game in Sioux City, and it was snowing and 20 degrees outside. And I don't think at that point in time we'd ever fast forward 30-plus years later and see, hey, this is the opportunities that are in front of us now. Very blessed, very gifted, with a lot of great people around us, surrounded by friends, family, great community that is competitive, as we all know, and we want it that way. If we're not doing the job, we're going to hear about it, and it's a dream situation, to be honest with you. It was intense. I believe I was 21 years old. I asked to see if I could coach when I was 20, and he said no. He says, once you're 21, maybe we'll talk about it. And I was going to Grandview College at the time, being a student. And they didn't have football back then. But I remember when he sat me down and said, is this something you want to pursue? And I did at the time. I didn't dream, you know, it would go to this point, you know, year after year after year. And you look at all the years, and I think every coach would agree with me that when you coach, those years blend together pretty quick. And looking back from 1997, that was my first year. Ironically enough, we won a state title in '97. And then it took quite a bit to get that second one. You know, we knocked on the door quite a few times. Roles changed over the course of those years. But wouldn't trade it for the world. It's very surprising. When we first decided to do this and we talked to the coaching staff, we laid out, you know, 4 years, let's try to be relevant in 4A football. And with our 4th year, we made it to the semis. In the 5th year, we made it to the semis.
Right side.
Now we're off to a good start again. We knew we had a tall task. We knew we had a nice core of kids coming back. And looking at the sophomore group, you always hope that they'll turn into nice juniors. But you just don't know. You know, but at this point in the year, you know, when we're 4 games in and we've had some real quality wins, we're pretty fortunate to stay healthy, number one, and we had some kids step up that maybe we weren't expecting.
Always pretty cool to kind of get an inside look, inside take of who these guys are as, you know, these weeks kind of progress.
Well, I think the great thing about that he learned from his dad is they really don't want any credit. They just love working with the young kids and taking care of business. But as part of the this project, you get to spend a little more time with them. And I mean, we get to know all the great coaches have for a number of years here for the last 2 decades. But it's great to let them sit down and tell their story a little bit, and that's kind of what we get to do with Dome Dynasty, so we appreciate. And boy, yeah, they're off to a good start, as you mentioned.
Boy, they really are. It'll be exciting to see what they can do this year.
Yeah, still a lot to go.
Yep, exactly. All right, Binger, thank you so much. All right, we'll be right back. More Blitz continues right after the break.
Hey, I'm looking for a little more adventure on the weekend.
We can help you get there.
McKee RV has a wide variety of makes and models, sizes, and classes. For weekends with friends, or making memories with family, McKee RV will help you get there. McKee RV, Perry, Iowa.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
This station strives to provide quality children's television programming and endeavors to meet the children's television requirements set by the FCC and the Children's Television Act of 1990. We prepare a quarterly children's television report describing each program we broadcast. We invite the public to read this report during regular business hours and comment on the educational and informational needs of children in our community. Thank you.
At Local 5 on your side means answers to your questions.
And we're just doing the stories that the community wants us to do, to empower you with something as a viewer that you can move forward with.
What drives these people to go above and beyond and be exceptional Iowans? That's stuff we can all use in our own lives.
To be able to be that line of connection for people is huge to them. And they can reach out to Local 5 and they're going to get answers.
We are Iowa and it's everything to me.
Welcome back into the Blitz, everybody. We get another treat. That is Binger over on the social media wall. Binger, what do we got going over there on the Twitter sphere?
I'm sending a tweet right now.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I don't know where it's going. It's on Dome Dynasty one, though, so you have to check it out. Hey, Cody Goodwin. Thanks, big guy. PCM, boy, they have the three-headed monster. They are going fast this year. Beat Sadell. Never seen it. Hey, Brett Delaney, my good friend, one of the greatest players in Sadell history, so we'll give him a shout-out. Jeremy Fox, M-Town. Marshalltown gets back on the track tonight. Big win, 41-14. Send those to @Local Blitz, and if you want more information like our best play of the day or player of the week or game ball, you got to send stuff to the Blitz, for crying out loud. How's the weather doing over here? Okay, Jeremy Shapiro. I did weather for a couple years. People don't know that. Hey, Grinnell. Hey, they get a big win. The Tigers over Knoxville tonight, 19-7. We talked about David Capitani getting a big win, but he's coaching at Northwest Kinston, but he was from Knoxville. New Hampton Tribune sending out stuff all the way to the Blitz. Good job, guys. Hey, New Hampton goes 2-3, 28-7 win. I love it. Look at all these stuff you can send them. Just make sure you put our indicator on there. Oski, we had that one earlier. B. Myers. Brian Myers, how you doing tonight? Oski, the Indians, 56-20. Big win over Newton. Gilbert, we're wrapping it up. And Gilbert, victorious on homecoming against the Carlisle Wildcats. Hashtag Gilbert Pride. Matt, you need weather forecast or anything, I'm here always.
Yeah,
Here's
exactly.
Your fan pick of the week.
Yeah, and reiterate that. Please send us in stats and scores and whatever you want us to know. Anyways, our G&L Clothing fan pick of the week, of course, goes out to the Clark student section, showing some Indian pride there. So very cool. Thank you guys so much for being our G&L Clothing fan pick of the week. Get 2 plugs in there. Can you say big plays, impact players, and more? Well, we'll tell you who earned our weekly Blitz awards when we return on the Friday Night Blitz.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
1-point game last year. This is the one that everybody wants to win.
We're, up every morning practicing.
I'm teaching them life through instrumental music.
Meteorologist Taylor Canoes here with an update on our weather potential.
I can't wait to see the kids' faces. I think it'll be really exciting for the town and for all the kids.
Like us on Facebook at We Are Iowa for extensive local coverage. Watch what's happening live and see digital extras, local stories from Local 5.
Accuracy means tracking the storm. We do a good job of breaking it down and showing people what they can expect.
It is so important to not only let you know what's happening at the moment, but to track out what's going to happen in the future. When exactly, at what time is it going to reach your neighborhood with every impact from hail to damaging winds and, of course, tornadoes.
We give the information that's needed and we give it accurately. And I think people really appreciate that.
We are Iowa and it's everything to me.
All right, time to give out some awards. Our Carl Chevrolet and Fairway Game Ball.
Those things are awesome, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and Indianola's having a great year, so we're going to get a couple coaches and players in this last segment of the show. Coach Kluver coming up has just put in a lot of work for that program, and when you look at what's been taking place there, that beautiful stadium, the whole community, we're going to get him a game ball out to Coach Kluver.
Well deserved for sure. All right, time for our play of the week. We're going to go with Colton Clark.
Yeah, why
from
not?
Gladbrook Rhinebeck.
The Rebels.
Look at this.
Boy, they were dominant in 1A football, and now just an 8-man. Sometimes it's not even fair when you got that much talent, and Colton's just one of them. Good cutback, good vision.
Yeah, incredible. Just really, again, making himself skinny there on the sideline and cutting up and looking a lot like Reggie Bush in a way.
Yeah, that cutback's dangerous. That's incredible. Some kids just have that gift.
Yeah. Very well-deserved play of the week.
I just didn't get the ball enough.
That's right, of course. Yeah, right. Of course. All right, and finally, on to our player of the week.
We're going right back to Indianola, right? The Better Business Bureau player of the week. And Hildreth's just got him off to a good start, just a good physical, strong runner-up. Yeah, you just wouldn't want to tackle. I mean, it's nice to have the linebacker to be able to carry the football every once in a while. Had 448 yards coming in, 12 touchdowns, and another big night tonight. So our player of the week, Dylan Hildreth of the Indianola Indians, looking tough.
Very well deserved. Now, those are new uniforms? Is that it? Or are we just...
Well, you know, all teams go through different facets.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always staying consistent with a little. But, yeah, I mean, those are... It's not the normal. They usually have the helmets sometimes with just the eye on it or whatever. So, yeah.
Those are sweet looking.
Now, Bob Selby, who does our play-by-play for Dome Dynasty, he could tell you everything about every uniform. And I don't have Bob here.
We'll need to call him up.
Help me. Yeah, my memory, I'm just trying to hang in there. I'm in John Walters mode. We're just trying to get through the highlights.
Yeah, you're more players. You could just spit off any player from any year in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, Casey Blake tried to play football. He was a better baseball player, but I got to give Casey a hard time. But
of course.
Yeah, he played down there. Chris Street was a tremendous, of course, basketball player that we lost, but he was a heck of a football player. Coach Summey had some good ones back in the day. But, yeah. They're doing things well down there in Indianola right now, and I know they're very excited. The whole community's excited, and when you get, they're looking at Johnston and Waukee and East down the stretch. So,
and as they should.
Yeah,
right?
If you run the district, obviously you're getting in, but you know, 1 or 2 losses, maybe they still get a chance with the way the RPI. So it'll be a lot of fun with 7 districts.
It'll be fun. Yeah, definitely the RPI coming into place is going to be a lot of fun. You know, whenever the season wraps up.
In all classes, yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, when we return, we'll wrap things up here on the Friday Night Blitz.
Ask anyone you know. They will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
At Homemakers, it's all about style at a price for every budget. Find everything you need for your home, including the latest trends in home furnishings. Featuring the largest selection of furniture, mattresses, and accessories at the lowest prices, Homemakers has something for everyone. And now is the perfect time to buy, with up to 36 months no-interest financing store-wide and online. Plus, it's easier than ever to get your furniture to your home your way. Shop Homemakers today.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
You're in for a treat, America.
This fall, it's Friday night. TGIF is on its way back.
Oh, that's a nail.
A night for the whole family. Boom.
A mic drop still cool.
Yes.
No. Chock full of fun.
Just made $100,000.
And overflowing with funny.
You really think you're going to marry Christy Yamaguchi?
Yeah, after I play the field a little first.
Fresh off the boat, Speechless, and Child Support. The new TGIF premieres October 5th on ABC.
Alrighty, welcome in
fancy
to the
shot.
Friday Night Blitz. Look at that. Beautiful.
That's special.
Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and wrap up with our final thoughts of the evening. David, we'll start with you.
Well, Don Bosco losing, we talked about #1 team in 8-man.
Yes.
Southeast Warren still playing well in 8-man football around here. Some really interesting ones. I-35, another big win. Van Meter dominant in 1A. So those are some special things. But just remember, as you watch the Blitz, it's very important that you tag us in that social media and send your player of the week suggestions, your play of the week, your game ball suggestions. I think that interaction would be even more. And I know that, you know, April Samp and Randy Shelton have watched me at social media, and it's probably going to be a full-time gig now. So
I would imagine
I'm going to need your support, people, on that. But no,
you got my support.
4A things went about as planned, but it'll be interesting to see. Next week, there's some big ones on the calendar.
Yeah, there is. Also going to 2A, Des Moines Christian. I mean, they look to be the real deal.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, they're playing well. PCM dominant right now, looks like maybe the best team in
they're gonna run into each other next week. So should be a lot of fun. All right, that's gonna do it for week 6 of the Friday Night Blitz. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening.
You bet.
The Friday Night Blitz was sponsored by your local Fairway food store.